Take me out to California. Take me out to California. I feel the day is coming.
Hey everybody, welcome to beautiful San Diego. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to share with you guys my most successful stock photography photo shoot ever. And ironically, it wasn't here on the West Coast, it was on the East Coast. Let's do this. So I'm actually finishing up a trip here in San Diego. I'm literally on my way to the airport right now, even as we speak. So I thought this would be a good place to share with you my most successful photography shoot ever. And I mean that by financially successful. So I can share with you guys how much money I made in some locations and some of my thoughts behind some of these images. To be honest with you, my most successful location so far has been Washington, D.C. Now, I filmed this episode last year, so it's been 1 year of revenue, so I'm going to report to you guys from some of these images. Now, we are on the National Mall here in Washington, D.C., and I am going to go tour some of the monuments. This is my fourth time here. I've never made it up there, and of course, it's closed for renovations. Hey everybody, welcome to Washington, D.C. Tonight, we're going to spend some time photographing the Capitol. I'm currently going around the National Mall on an electric scooter, and this thing is awesome. Welcome to Chinatown. So, let's go find a scooter and get out to the National Mall. So what's really cool about that trip is that my family from Indiana, my mom, aunt, and cousin all drove from Indiana to Washington, D.C. so I can get a little bit of family time. Traveling with the family. I'm her favorite cousin.
Well, he is my tour this evening, so for tonight he is my favorite.
Do you know how stubborn your mother is?
You know, I love when my wife gets to come with me on these trips, but it's really rare that she does. So it was really nice to have some family join me for this one. So if you guys are interested in watching the Washington, D.C. adventure, just click on the link up here and it'll take you to the playlist where you get to see all the fun that we had while we were in Washington, D.C. and also watch the filming, the photography that I took while I was out there. So not every image that I took on this trip were big successes. Most of the images that you take are not going to sell, only a select few. So here's some of the images that didn't do so good.
Getting this information was not easy. A lot of these sites have different ways that they display your information, and some of these stock photography sites make it near impossible for you to figure out what images have sold well over the past year. As a matter of fact, for Getty Images, I actually had to write software to try and analyze the data they gave me. But here are the images that didn't quite do so well.
Take a swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America. Cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris. Then we cross America, swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America.
Even though these are great images of some of the monuments in our nation's capital, they just weren't in high enough demand.
So onto the images that actually did really well. So I had to look for something different in my images. Remember, Washington, D.C. has been photographed by millions of people for the last 100 years. And I also knew from research that iconic buildings also sell very well. So I was looking for a way to photograph them in a way that's not very common. So I chose to go with late evenings and nighttime photography. I did get one morning photo shoot in, which also sold very well. So let's take a look at some of those images.
Looking back about 20 years or so, when I close my eyes I see how we all were tripping with beliefs. Ooh, and our hearts were young and free. We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris.
So with what data I was able to recover from the stock photography agencies over the past year, this week-long photo shoot in Washington, D.C. has netted me $258. Now, if you know anything about how I do my budgeting for my trips, that's a full day of vacation right there. And the best part is these images are still selling. So I'm going to continue to incur more and more income from this trip to Washington, D.C.
So anyhow, guys, that's it here from San Diego. Hope you enjoyed this episode talking about my photo shoot in Washington, D.C. Remember, if you like travel and photography, click that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to support the channel further, take a look at what I offer, the bonus content I offer to my Patreons at patreon.com/EWJ. Remember, never stop exploring, and I'll see y'all later.